Are you a local?
Yes, I'm a local.
Well, you have a question why you are doing this?
Yes, it's really confusing for me.
Yeah, okay. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. There's a really great president named Rodrigo Roa Duterte who was elected in 2016. He was given a mandate of 16 million Filipinos to serve and make sure that he's going to clean the drug problems in the Philippines. Drug problems in the Philippines is so strong that it actually destroys family, the basic unit of the society. Now, fast forward when he left his office, he was the only president who had plus 81 net satisfaction rating. Actually, the highest up until now, since a president almost finishes their, let's say, term of office. There's a lot of detractors, and you know what politics, there's always people who's going to be against you. They filed a communication, as what they call it in ICC, complaining about what they call extrajudicial killing of 30,000 Filipinos, which is definitely not even near the truth. In the Philippines, if you come to think about it, why is it that Filipinos are here outside to show their unwavering love and support to a person who actually changed the Philippines in the international community? During his time, we are very, very proud to being Filipinos because we are independent, as we are a sovereign state, as we are a nation where our judicial system is fully functioning. The main question is this: why did ICC took cognizance of this communication? If this is not political, what is it? As a are you Dutch? As a Dutch person, would you want to be judged by a foreign entity when you are a sovereign state? I think the answer is very obvious. That's what we are calling for. What gave the ICC the right to judge a Filipino when we are a sovereign state? We are independent. We are not a colony of the Netherlands or the ICC in itself. What's your question?
So the ICC is spreading propaganda?
Yeah, you got it right. Because if this is not propaganda, if this is not political, why are they not releasing our president? He is a Filipino citizen. He has his country in the Philippines. He was even surrendered, or as what an ordinary layman call it, kidnapped from the Philippines. Actually, the history is that he was in Hong Kong. By the time he landed in the Philippines, he was immediately arrested because of what they call an arrest warrant or a blue communication through an Interpol. You know, it's very complicated because you cannot really just accept it through a simple explanation, because this is a historical thing. It is a build-up of a complaint from the former president's detractors because they want him to be jailed. And you know, in May 12, it is going to be our midterm elections. We are actually voting for sets of officers for governors, new sets of senators, congressmen, or our local government unit. So what you see here is only an echo of people, millions of Filipinos. You know, we are 110, I think, no? 110 na ba ta ngayon, ate? 110 million Filipinos who wanted to come here, but of course it's very complicated because then you need to apply for visas. But all of us are not from the Netherlands. Most of us are actually from Finland, from Norway, from Italy, from France, Germany, Belgium, you name it. Yeah, Belgium. They actually spend their own money, they spend their time and effort to come here to show their unwavering love and support. Our president, our leader, is detained at the ICC illegally and unjust.
If you're from European countries, you have known him in the Philippines as well? Or?
Of course. I am studying here in the Netherlands for almost 7 years. So I basically, while I'm here, I'm still following the local events in the Philippines or the local contemporary issues.
So you originally come from
the Philippines. I am full-blooded Filipino. As I understand, you are also full-blooded Dutch.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you live in The Hague? That's what politics makes you. It makes you put somebody in detention illegally because of what? Power and greed. That's the problem there. In the Netherlands, I really appreciate how politics works here, because if you are not functioning very well with your office or your role, if you're elected, hold and behold, you will definitely not going to be elected in the next election, correct or not? Or otherwise, they're going to resign as a government. That's what happened when the Tuslak problem came to light, right? I don't know if you follow the local politics here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm sorry if I talk too fast or whatnot.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So now you have an idea why we are here outside.
Yes, more of that.
Yeah. Because all of us here are supporters of the president. Yeah. Because we cannot do anything. We cannot influence the legal proceedings. What we can do as ordinary Filipinos is to show our unwavering love and support to the person who changed the Philippines.
What are the people that don't support him, right? Because I talk to people who don't support him.
Of course, because I'm pretty much sure that what you read in the media, as I also read it here in the Netherlands, that our president killed 20,000 or 30,000 people. It's as if that if you're a Filipino, if you use drugs or whatnot, you're just going to be shot in the head. And then you're going to be dead on the spot. But that's definitely not the case. That's why every time I talk to a foreigner, I need to explain what's the reality of living in the Philippines is. In the Netherlands, any time of the day and night, you can just go outside. You can walk because it's very safe. I do the same. But in the Philippines, it's no longer safe to just go walk outside, probably visit your grandmother, because people who are very much, how do I say that correctly? Disturbed in their minds because of drug problems. Because, that is also culture. In the Netherlands, you're allowed to use marijuana. You're even allowed to own one at your home, correct or not? But in the Philippines, we use synthetic drugs that destroys the mind. The plasticity of your mind, it becomes more plastic the more, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to sound like I feel like I know everything, but this is what we are as a Filipinos. We're here to support our former president because that's the only thing that we can do. We don't want to protest violently because that will not lead us to anywhere. We just want to show the international community that we are peace and loving citizens. We only want him to be brought back to the Philippines because that's what he deserves. That's what we deserve as Filipino because we are an independent sovereign state. Correct or not?
So, I'm the only foreigner here.
No, he's also a foreigner. He's also a foreigner. They are all foreigners also here. But I like your disposition because you're curious. You have a knowledge that in the Philippines, everybody's gonna be killed if you are using drugs. That is far from the reality. Our president actually led millions of people to detox.
That the European government tells the Dutch people that he just kills people randomly that are...
Darum! That is my point. That's my point. That is not the truth. He does not. That's why. If the evidence is so strong, why didn't they file it in the local courts? We have our judiciary. We are an independent state. Why didn't, if the evidence is so overwhelming and so strong, and it's just there, why do we need the ICC to prosecute somebody, much less the former president? One should think that way. Why do we need the ICC? The ICC is there as, they call it the court of last resort for a reason. Maybe because your judiciary is no longer working, that's why you need something, a foreign entity to judge,
Did he also help with relieving poverty? Or?
Of course! You can ask all of them. They are all Filipinos. How did he change the lives of every single Filipino? We are more confident. Poverty is actually a result of a lot of elements. You cannot just say, oh, you are a president, you can already already eradicate poverty. That's not the case. Because it's very complex. Because if that's how easy to eradicate poverty, why is a lot of countries, developing countries, still poor?
Okay.
You can still ask more questions because my brain is a bit busy at the moment. Yeah, I'm very passionate about this because this is no longer about our former president. It is also about us Filipinos, our Filipino identity. What is the idea of foreigners about Filipinos? That we cannot handle our internal affairs, that we need an external entity to judge us and to resolve our issues? Why can't we just be an independent sovereign state as we are, handle our internal affairs or problems within the country? The Netherlands will never ask the Philippines, hey, can you judge the Tuslak problem here? Can you see the logic there?
Are you angry angry at the Dutch government or no?
Well, sort of, because they did not say anything. They should say something about it because, you know, the ICC is located here in the Netherlands. Why didn't they not say anything? The Germany did not say anything. Belgium did not say anything. They do, you know, under the golden rule, do not do unto others what you do not want to do unto you. Yes or not? You see now the logic behind it. It's very common for us Filipinos to be angry about towards the international community because they condone the action of ICC. They should first. I am not a lawyer, but what I am is an ordinary Filipino. You do not need to become a lawyer to understand the logic of why do we need an ICC to judge us. Do you agree or not? Yeah. You do not want to be judged by a Filipino. Do you want or not?
If it's justified.
What?
If it's justified, maybe.
Just what?
If it's justified, maybe.
Justified. How do you justify that? How do you justify this? Do you think this is justified?
I don't know enough about it. So.
Yeah, because if you're going to say that this is justified, that means that the ICC as a foreign entity has jurisdiction over us. But this is very much associated to the colonial times or maybe feudalism. ICC is not our lords. We are not a colony of ICC. We are not a colony of the Netherlands or any other countries. Our forefathers fought very hard for us to be free. A lot of blood are spilled. A lot of people died for our liberty. Why do you want to be under a rule or I don't know? Govern? Why do we need to be governed?
You have all kinds of ethnicity
In the Philippines.
ICC.
Yeah,
All that.
Serbian, Kosovo. Because I don't know for what reason. We heard that from Serbia it took them years. Until now he's still there. I think 10 to 15 years, and then he was.
I mean, you have a lot of nationalities working there.
You know what they have in common? I know that's not my point about different nationalities because you want to make sure that diversity is present in the organization. Of course, you're gonna hire different people from different countries. But the point is that they should definitely not take cognizance of this issue because we are an independent state. Why didn't we ask our Supreme Court to go over this? That's my battle cry. We have a Supreme Court in the same way that the Netherlands have a Supreme Court. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. To me, in my mind, there's no justification over this because now I feel that we are a colony of something because we needed them to judge us. Or in fact, we should be judging our fellow compatriots or kababayan, as we call it. I'm pretty sure that you don't want to be judged by an external by a foreign entity because you are a Dutch person. And I'm pretty sure that if you are going to be sent to the Philippines or any other country, your government will cry out foul, saying, "No, bring him here." Yes or no? Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry. This is my normal self. Yeah, sorry. I'm not angry. I am just passionate.
I know.
It's just saying what needs to be heard by the international community. As an ordinary Filipino, it is my right to speak up. It is our right to have peaceful assembly here. That's why we actually asked for a permit. And now we have a permit. So that's why we are doing what we are doing right now. You have more questions?
No, it's fine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate. What's your name?
Hi,
Huh?
Alvin.
Seder.
Sader. Thank you so much. Sir. Do you want some food? We have Filipino food. Lumpia. We have
I'm Muslim,
lumpia.
so,
You're Muslim.
no.
You all the more that you are Muslim. We have a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters also in the Philippines.